What's up guys, HK back here again, or Heat King as I used to call myself back in the old glorious days. But yeah, I'm back and yeah, decent holiday as one would call it. How you all been? So much shit happened, so much stuff, like oh my god, and I think I'm going to start with the best news, and that best news being, well, to be fair, we got good news and bad news, so I'm going to start with the good news first, which is Attack on Titan Season 2, finally officially 100% confirmed. Yeah, just let the chorus sing the angelic themes of hope and accomplishment. Attack on Titan Season bloody 2 confirmed for spring 2017, yeah, so that's the, actually, that's not the bad news. The bad news is something totally unrelated to Attack on Titan. But the point I'm trying to make is that yeah, it's a bit shitty that we have to wait till 2017 for it to come out. But I guess it kind of makes sense. I mean, you know, the rumors. There were new rumors suggesting that the team were waiting for the manga to get a bit ahead, so they had more arcs to adapt. Which doesn't really make a lot of sense, but then at the same time it kind of does. I mean, if you think back to Season 1, it adapted about 4 story arcs from like 8 manga volumes. But to be fair, those first 2 story arcs were all in like 1 volume, I think. So that's not really a fair consideration to make, to say, oh, we're waiting for 4 more story arcs since we only have 2 and now this one. But yeah, I'm wondering what the hell's going on with that. What I'm trying to say here, what I'm trying to discuss here is how much material is Season 2 gonna actually adapt. I mean, the first season adapted 8 volumes, I believe it was. Yeah, about 8 volumes, about 32 chapters, wasn't it? Or was it 34? Or was it 33 technically? And you know, if you take into consideration how many other arcs we've had so far, we've had the Clash of the Titans arc, we've had the Uprising arc, and we've got this arc right now that we're on, which hasn't ended yet at this point in time while I'm doing this review, since the next chapter I think comes out tomorrow. But yeah, I'm very curious how much they're going to adapt, because the problem with here is they got enough material already to pretty much do about 25 episodes. And, you know, unless they're going to adapt this arc that we're on now as well, it's going to feel very rushed if they're going to try and cram all of that into 25 episodes. Which gets me thinking that maybe we're going to get an extension, maybe, possibly, to more, between 30 and 40 episodes, maybe. In which case, then you've got more parts then. So, you know, maybe Season 2 is going to have a Part 1, 2, and 3. Which is going to consist of these 3 arcs that we've got at the moment. I mean, the new poster that's been released, if you checked it out here, as you can see, there's Eren, Mikasa, and Armin facing the Colossus Titan and the Armor Titan, and you've got the war there as well. So obviously that means we're going to get the Clash of the Titans arc adapted. But does that also mean we're going to get the? So does that mean we're going to get the other arc that we're on now adapted as well? Because you know that's pretty much a whole fight between the Colossus and the Armor Titan. So yeah, that's got me a bit curious. I mean, personally, if they had to end Season 2 at a certain point, I would prefer if they ended at chapter 69, Friend, or the next chapter 70. With chapter 69, you pretty much wrap everything that's happened in the Uprising arc in a nice little bundle, and in a way it doesn't even end on a cliffhanger, to be fair. Obviously there's going to be plots that are going to go unresolved, but in a way it feels sort of concluded in its own thing. Whereas if you ended on chapter 70, then you pretty much, it's going to end with the story going into a certain direction and ending on a cliffhanger at the same time, while hinting at a Season 3. But here's the big problem: are we going to get a Season 3 after Season 2? I know it's a bit too early to even discuss that yet, since we haven't even had Season 2 yet, and we've been waiting, what, 4 years for Season 2, and we're finally getting it. But, that also means, we have to take into consideration where the manga's going to be at the time this comes out. And apparently this comes out in April next year. So, which kind of, again, makes kind of sense, because Season 1, I think, came out around April as well when it first started. So, yeah, it's just kind of like a little habit, isn't it, for them to do it? Because, early rumors were it was gonna start in December or January. So, that's not the case here. But yeah, if it starts in April, that means we're going to be on, what, chapter 94, I believe. We're going to be on 94 of the manga. By that point, hopefully, the story arc that we're on will have ended, along with maybe another arc, which will probably consist of the basement arc. Maybe that will probably be its own thing. Maybe not. I don't know. The thing that we need to also take into consideration is the fact of how many volumes we're going to have. I mean, you know, the creator did say that he was aiming for 25 volumes, and by my calculations, that would pretty much mean that depending on how many chapters he's going to do for each of these volumes as he gets towards the end, that would mean that Attack on Titan would end in early 2018 or late 2018. If it's early 2018, then it will be around February. If late, then you know, again, probably sometime towards the end of that month or halfway through of that year. But, you know, we have nothing confirmed yet. Right now, we're still on this arc. We have to wait to see how this one ends and what's in the basement. And we still need to have an idea of how many episodes we're going to get. We don't know that. If it is 25 episodes, then yeah, it will be Clash of the Titans arc and the Uprising arc. If there's going to be more, then yeah, they're going to adapt this. And again, the fact that it's coming out so late kind of hints at the fact that they are planning to adapt the arc that we're on now. So, but yeah, I'm just a bit worried. I'm scared that we're going to get a season 2 that may be rushed. If it's not, then that means we're going to get an extension and we're going to get, you know, a nice developed season with all of these arcs being adapted beautifully. But then the problem is, are we going to get an original anime ending, or is it going to end on a cliffhanger that's going to lead into season 3? And if that is the case, when can we expect season 3? Because then that would mean season 3 is going to be a very short series, because then if it is going to end on volume 25, then there isn't a lot more left to do, because we're now starting volume 21 at this point in time. From tomorrow, we're going to be on volume 21, guys. That means we got around 20 chapters left, I think. So, but yeah, these are just my thoughts. I'm just very curious what's going to be happening now with this, and I can't wait to see season 2. Finally, after all this time, we got a confirmation that it's finally coming, but we just got to hold out for another year until we can get it and see it and experience it. Wow. And hopefully by then, the manga itself will be in its final arc. Hopefully, we don't know yet. We don't know what Isamiya is thinking for. We know he could end up extending the manga further, and he might end up doing 30 volumes. Who knows? Hopefully that's not the case, but considering certain things that have been happening in the manga recently, that might actually happen. So, but I'll discuss that in another video. Anyway, guys, I hope you like my thoughts on this. Like, subscribe as usual, whatever. Comment down below if you want, and yeah, tell me what you think. And see ya.